Alright, welcome to part 2 of our After the Office series. We're going to start in a seated position today. I prefer on your knees, so if that means you add a towel or a yoga wheel under your hips to do so, absolutely perfect. We're going to start by interlacing your fingers, placing them at the base of your spine, and then we're going to do some cat-cow movements here. So as you exhale, drawing the elbows towards each other, bringing the chin towards your chest, rounding that spine. Inhale, lift the chest. Draw the elbows away from each other, bringing the gaze upwards. And repeat. So you can begin moving a little bit faster, and then if you want to slow it back down after that, you can. This one is absolutely fantastic for those of us who are at our desk all day. It really opens up these shoulders. They're usually hunched forward and rolled forward super unconsciously. So opening them up, really being conscious of that movement from open to close, help build that awareness, which can help maybe us slouch a little less during the day as well. Excellent job. I want you to do one more of each side here. Get your shoulders over your hips. We're going to lift the thumbs, bringing the arms up by your ears, fully extended. From here, we're going to bring the left arm forward and the right arm backwards in a gentle twist towards your right side. And you can bring the gaze to the side of the mat or over your back shoulder, whichever you prefer. One breath here. Inhale, lift the arms, come back to center, gaze forward. Exhale, opposite side. Inhale back to center and keep up with that movement. So a gentle twist, return back to center, and switching sides. So one of the beautiful things about your home practice is you can hold one side a lot longer than the other, and you can take as much or as little time going in between the two as you wish. And I do hope you take this lesson and this confidence into your next in-person yoga class, because you can do these things in person too in class. Always makes my heart nice and warm when I see it. Excellent. I want you to finish up whatever twist you're on, coming back to center and then lowering your arms. We're going to roll onto our backs next, and I want you to have one knee bent, foot lifted at 90 degrees, and then your opposite leg is going to be straight with a gentle bend to it, but straight in the heel of your foot towards the sky. Take a nice deep inhale here, draw your ribs towards the ground. So as I do this, I like to do a fast exhale. Really draw the ribs towards the body, engage that core, and then we're going to alternate by extending one foot and then drawing the other one to a bent position. So as you breathe, you're moving one foot extended and the other foot straight, and you're just switching back and forth between the two. Our goal is to bring attention to our legs that often get forgotten about when they're under the desk all day. So bring attention to your legs, your ankles, your toes, wiggle them if you wish. And I want you to do one more on each side. And then drop your legs to the ground gently. And we're going to do a full body stretch. So I want you to extend your legs, point your toes, interlace your fingers, lift the palms away from your head, and reach as far as you can. So move your hands as far away as from your toes as possible. Reach a little bit further, and then with your next exhale, do a nice big sigh. Beautiful. Wiggle out any parts that you want, and then we're going to roll over onto your stomach next. So we're going to do a couple Sphinx pulses here. So you're going to start by bringing your elbows underneath your shoulders, forearms flat on the ground, palms flat and fingers engaged. From here, lift your chest, lift your gaze forward. Get it? It's kind of a Sphinx pose, right? As you exhale, round the spine, bring the chin towards your chest. Inhale, lift. Drawing the shoulder blades back, creating space across your collarbones. Exhale, back down. Do that one more time. Maybe you can even picture your heart and chest opening a little bit more, being a little bit kinder, a little bit more loving. Exhale, release fully. So I'm going to have you extend your right arm out towards the side. Your left hand, I want you to be on your fingertips and your arm's about 90 degrees. So your left arm's lifted off the ground, right arm's flat and extended. Bring your left foot towards your body, and then I want you to twist onto your right hip. So your left hip is stacked on top of your right hip, and then your leg can either be reaching towards the ground or rested on the ground, whichever is more accessible today. And then just take a couple deep breaths in this twist. That full twist is really nice, especially for the lower spine. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. Gently and kindly bring your leg back to center. This time your left arm's going flat against the floor. Right arm is lifted, pressing into those fingertips. Right foot to your body. Stack your hips on your left side. And then draw your foot towards the floor. So this is a bit more of a stagnant pose here. So take a minute to check in with your mind and your body. Oftentimes, especially as people who are working, either moms keeping track of everything all day or in the office, either way, we're usually very much in our heads, focusing on the next task, focusing on what we're doing. So this is a time to focus on your body. Let go of any tasks you've got in your head, let those thoughts just float right by, and bring your conscious attention towards your body. Take one more inhale and one more exhale here. We're not in any rush. And slowly and gently bring your leg back to center and bring your arms by your shoulders. Your hips are moving back, knees apart, toes together, drawing the hips towards your feet. And then your arms can be extended, or one of my favorites is two fists on top of each other. Drop the head on top of that for some added support. Attention to the breath, observing as your chest is moving. Beautiful. So we're going to move from child's pose into baby cobra. So I want you to extend your arms out in front of you. Start by rounding the spine, lifting the hips up, drawing your chin towards your chest, but bringing your body forward over the top of your hands. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the body down towards the ground. And then we're going to lift just slightly the torso off the ground by bringing your gaze forward. You can even hover your hands off the ground just a little bit. Beautiful. Place them back down, pressing through your hands back into child's pose. So I want you to move between these two poses at your own pace. So rounding from child's down towards the mat, lifting the head, neck, and shoulders off the mat, bringing the gaze forward. Again, creating lots of space across the chest. Releasing back down, and then pressing back into child's pose where you rest for just a moment or two. Feel free to make this one flowy, make it yummy. If there's any bit of stiffness left in your back, really let it out, either as you're rolling towards the front or lifting in that baby cobra pose. Excellent job today. We're almost finished. Alright, I want you to find your way back into child's pose, and our last pose is a pick your own. So if there's a pose you want or an area of your body you want to draw a bit of attention to, feel free to pick a pose that you feel comfortable and safe doing. But if you're like Caitlin, I make 10,000 decisions a day, I don't want to make one more. That's okay. You can do what I'm doing. Today we're going to do a supported fish pose. So I want you to grab a towel, roll it up, a towel or blanket, or you can grab a block if it's handy. You're going to place that propped right in between your shoulder blades along the mid to upper back. Your legs can be extended or your feet can be on the floor and they're bent. Either way, you're going to lay on your back with this prop in between your shoulder blades and just rest. Just breathe into it, inhale and exhale. So the goal of this pose is just to create a little bit of height, so your heart's a little bit higher than your hips. It's one of my favorites after a long day. So if you ever have a really long day and you're like, I just have time for one pose, maybe I would recommend this pose. Beautiful. So I want you to take 2 or 3 more breaths in the pose that you're in. And then when you're ready, you can slowly come out of it. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and I do hope you stick around for some more After the Office series. If you want to take some time for a meditation or a longer savasana, you can go back to my page. I have a few options on there. Either way, like and follow if you want to stick around for some more. And thank you again so much for practicing with me. I really appreciate it.